this computer. Mhm. Right. This is the Tom Bigby Tales, and I'm your host, Shannon Evans. I'm here today with Ronnie Richardson from the Mississippi Exclusive Pitching Academy, instructional pitching startup. Ronnie, I'm so honored to have you. Ronnie is a former pitcher with the Boston Red Sox organization, and this is really an honor to me to have you here. So I'm going to turn the camera so it faces you more than me because you're far prettier.
Oh, okay.
I want to thank you for coming on my show today.
I appreciate it.
So, tell me a little bit about your background. I know are you originally from Columbus?
I
Did you
am.
grow up here?
I grew up in Columbus on the north side of town. And and like she said, I mean, we discussed before that we're here just trying to get some promotion, just trying to get some enlightenment on what it is that I do. I am a former high school All-American. Went to Columbus Lee, graduated in 1987. And I also had the opportunity to extend my baseball career at with the Boston Red Sox. I got drafted in the June draft in the 6th round,
So you were drafted out of high school.
right out of high school,
Darn.
in 1987. Played up until 1993. And that's was my last year of playing in professional baseball.
So why did you leave?
Uh, Boston, they released me. It's a business.
Hmm.
And usually what they're doing if they got other people that they're looking at, if your time has actually just expired, and that's why I always emphasize, especially when I talk to the youth and talk to young people and talk to guys that I do instructional pitching with, and that that's my main focus. You always got to give it all you got. Every
Hmm.
opportunity, you can't waste an opportunity on just going in and half doing it.
Hmm.
You got to go out. You got to go out and you got to give it all you got every opportunity because you don't never know. When people mind may change. It ain't how long
Or
you
circumstances.
absolute circumstances. It's not how long you think that you're gonna be around. Sometimes it's other people' opinion to know how long that you're gonna be around. And like I say, from 87 to 93, which I had a blast. I had an opportunity to learn a lot, and now by getting in touch with you, and I thank God for you. Now all I'm trying to do is take what I have learned and be able to pour into other kids. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to pitch. I did what I did when I did, but I'm trying to give young boys the opportunity to teach them the fundamental of pitching, and in that way, so they can have a great opportunity to be able to make a team,
Hmm.
and be able to advance and be promoted to the next level because of what they know. And like we was talking about earlier on our way up here, a lot of times you got to take in what you know because when you get there at certain levels, you got to know what you know because like little league and junior high, high school, it's a bunch of teaching going on. Once you get to the next level like college, they're expecting you to know. They're
Hmm.
expecting you to know. And at the professional level, man, they're expecting you to know. So what you do, what you know, determine how far you go. That's pretty good right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. So, you know, I used to help kids get recruited by colleges so
Okay.
that they could go and play their sport and also help them pay for some education or at
Okay.
least be in a good situation where they would get supported. Because, D3 doesn't give athletic scholarships, but it does give academic
Okay.
scholarships. So it's a good opportunity. So I always tell kids better have a good backup plan because you're
Absolutely.
only one injury away from losing that scholarship or losing
Absolutely.
that position on a pro game
And
or
I
a pro
did
team.
experience that. I did experience that.
So tell me a little bit about that.
I did experience that, and I think my third year in professional baseball, when I left high school, like I say, it wasn't what you had to do what you know,
Hmm.
and it wasn't a whole lot of teaching experiences,
Hmm.
as far as coaches at my high school, they did the best that they could, and they
Hmm.
gave you all that they knew. Uh, and like in high school, I had two pitches. I threw about 93 miles an hour. That was my fastball in high school. But I had a curveball that was probably about 87 miles an hour.
Mhm.
And once I got to professional baseball, they said my pitches are too close together as far as speed wise.
Mhm.
Hitters can make an adjustment to that. So we went to uh, uh, pushing the ball back farther. And the more that you call what it called was called choking the baseball, it decreases the speed. And this is something that I'm talking about being
Mhm.
able to
Mhm.
teach. It decreases the speed. So I went from like a 93 miles an hour fastball. Then they taught me the changeup. Then they taught me a slider. Now I
Mhm.
got four pitches now. But you also have to have pitches that's going to get right side, right-handed batters out and left-handed batters.
Mhm.
It's more of a mindset. It's more of a knowledge and wisdom in pitching the game. And this is what I had the opportunity to teach. This is what I had the opportunity to be able to pass to, to people that will come to my
Mhm.
instructional pitching, to come to my Mississippi exclusive pitching academy. And like I say, it's more than just throwing the baseball. And a lot of time at a young age, and guys that don't know the game as far as and hadn't been as far into the game, they just know, you get the ball, you ride back, and you just throw the ball as hard as you can. That's not what it's all about.
So let me ask you a couple of kid-oriented questions.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say some parent wants to put their kid in your pitching academy. They're going to get more than pitching. When a kid wants, when I worked with coaches, coaches wanted a whole package. They wanted a kid who was coachable,
Mm-hmm.
a good player,
Mm-hmm.
didn't have to be the best, but they were
Absolutely.
a hard worker. They had a good
Absolutely.
work ethic, but also well-mannered, and that they were a well-rounded person and they knew how to be personable to and talk to adults
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and receive information back.
Mm-hmm.
Like not only to just, hey, I'm the best, but also how to take
Absolutely.
positive, effective feedback or critical feedback.
Mm-hmm.
How do you how do you see your program becoming that full picture so that these kids are recruited by uh, a travel team,
Mm-hmm.
or they're recruited by their high school or
Okay.
a community college or a four-year college, or so that when they go, these coaches, they're ready to talk to these coaches that come from these colleges, to these scouts that come to look at them. How do you work all that in? Because I know you do. We've talked about
Absolutely.
this. So
Absolutely.
how do you
Absolutely.
tell me how you do all that? Because I want people to understand this is not just, you're not just going in and getting a kid who to learn how to throw a ball.
Mm-hmm.
This is you're helping to develop the whole person, because the whole person then becomes a better um, recruitment tool.
Okay. Okay. To answer your question, the best in my knowledge, we got to check character from the door. We got to check character. And that's what I do. I check character. I check a kid how they're well mannered.
Mhm.
Because like I say, um, obedience, uh, being coachable will allow a kid sometime go farther than a kid that got talent.
Mhm.
Because if for one thing, when you go into a program, they already systematic. They
Mhm.
already know what they're looking for from the door. They're already
Mhm.
looking for from what they do from the door. And this is what I try to teach and try to show the people that I work with in this instructional pitching. You know, I give them a scripture, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ which strengthen me. Because what that does, it gives them something to believe that whatever they are doing, no matter what the situation may be, whatever the circumstances may be, you can always put Christ in your life, and you can always trust in him no matter how your situation may. You can have a good day, you can have a bad day. You can have situations, circumstances with things that are not going well.
Mhm.
But you can be on top of the world at one time. But we know, especially as far as being a pitcher, you can have five good outings in a row. And then all of a sudden, man, now you got this one outing, man, that all of a sudden, man, well, now the team got your number,
And
you know, and
you can't do anything
and
right
you
for the
can't do
day.
it. You can't do anything about it. So you have to be able to shake that off and understand that you win some, you lose some, and some get rained out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my thing as far as what I was talking about. That's what I mean about building character and checking kids out and see what their mindset is and being able to pour into them. So when they get the opportunity to get the ball and get the opportunity to perform, you know, you got to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be ready. And I said that to say this, you got to be ready before you get to the game. Not once you get on across those lines and get on the mound, you got to be ready. You got to have a game plan. And your plan got to be ready to be able to perform. And this is what I do. I do just more than getting the baseball and
Mm-hmm.
throwing back. I teach grips. What
So,
is the grips of a four-seam fastball? Two-seam fastball, change-up, four-seam, two-seam, change a grip of a slider, grip of a curveball, hand slot, arm slots,
mm-hmm.
and all these different things. So it's a lot once you come to my pitching academy that you're gonna get for your kid at a young age.
So you're also helping them not just with their pitching technique, you're helping them with their mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
mindset's really
Mm-hmm.
important. Character's important.
Mm-hmm.
What other things do you think are important when if a parent is looking to bring their child to you? Do they have to have a ton of talent to come to you?
Absolutely not. Um, and that's why I think it's good to come to any academies. Also, we was talking about baseball camps, and that's to come. That's to come. I'm trying to get right now and get established for my academy as far as doing one-on-one sessions. But to answer your question, a lot of time the kids that make it is the kids that a lot of time got the less talent. You know why? Because they got more the heart of desire.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of time when kids got a whole lot of talent, man, all of a sudden now the head is swollen.
And now this kid has a work
Absolute,
ethic. They've had to
absolute,
work to get what they get.
absolute, and they had to work for what they're getting, and those are stories of guys that have made it to the major league, and even for myself, I'm a living witness because I can actually speak for myself because at the end of the day, I had the talent, I had tremendous talent, but I had to work ethic.
Yeah. But you had two pitches. You didn't
Absolute.
have all the pitches.
Absolutely. I didn't have all the pictures. And like I say, once I got to the professional level, because what people have to understand is this, I skipped college.
Mm-hmm.
I could have learned those pitches in college, but I felt like for myself, I was ready
Mm-hmm.
to play professional baseball at the age of 18 when I got drafted. But at the end of the day, I didn't know everything. And I didn't
But
have
were you
people that
really
been there
ready?
and know
Were
that.
you really
Absolute,
ready?
absolute. And I had to learn at the professional level when I should have learned in college.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't go back and say, man, I wish I don't regret what I did. Because at the end of the day, the decision was made. And I felt like it was the decision for me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like you say, also, the money situation and
Mm-hmm.
also, growing up, in the hood, growing up in the project, at the end of the day, single parent.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was what I was looking at a whole lot of other different things. And now I can even have input on kids that want to make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I can be there for them and say, oh, no, you
It's
probably
time to,
want to
yeah.
go, to junior college or college,
Mm-hmm.
4-year college to get more equipped and to get more established before you get to the professional level. Because once you leave the amateur world, you go into professional now, and it's a business.
And it's dog eat dog.
It's a business, and it's
Mm-hmm.
doggy dog. I'm telling you, and it's doggy dog, and it's also makes a difference on where you got drafted at, and it's like I say, the first 3 rounds is where we talk about that they're called bonus baby. They
Mm-hmm.
get more privileges, they get more opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, well, they may give you 1 year to get it together. They may give them 5 or 6 years because you know why? Because money is the investment.
Mm-hmm.
And they trying to get some of their money back.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's different. And this is the knowledge and the wisdom that I got to just more than get on the pitcher mound and throw a baseball. No, no, no. I can fill your kid in
Mm-hmm.
with a whole lot of knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And so that they will have the best opportunity to be positioned uh to make a team.
Cool. So When you look at, do you follow the youth teams around here much, the youth programs?
I was real heavy at one time. I kind of fell back. And like I say, and I knew it's, I know it's God, and I know it's the Spirit of God that the reason we're talking today.
Mhm.
The reason that I watch a lot of college baseball. I don't watch as much as the professional levels, man. I like to watch college guys that's going into the professional level, which I do still watch professional baseball because I'm trying to stay posted and
Mhm.
stay updated on, speed rate and all this different stuff, what they're talking about, and continue to be educated so that I can educate guys that come through my pitching academy. And like I say, and I'm real enthused now to get back to working, because at the end of the day, for one, to be compensated, but also, man, to be able to help other guys, to be instilled and to be poured in into the pitching situation.
So here's what I've seen, and I want to see what your opinion is on this.
Okay.
So, we're in Mississippi, so I have to take you on a bird hunt to get there first.
Mhm.
So what I have seen is there's a lot of parents who are more involved in the sport than the player is.
Okay.
So the kid is not as invested as, let's say, the mama. The mama thinks the kid's pretty talented and it's going to go play at Mississippi State baseball.
Mhm.
And you and I know that Mississippi State is not looking at local kids. They're looking at kids
Mhm.
at St. Louis, and
Mhm.
they want kids from all over the country. How how should a parent self-evaluate to help them know how to help their kid most and see if their kid really is ready for coaching, for private coaching lessons?
It's ironic that you would say that, because me coaching in the parks, I coached probably about 15 years, just local at Prost Park. Um, and I had so many parents that
Mhm.
thought they knew
Mhm.
baseball, you know.
Mhm.
Uh, was it frustrating? It was, because
It comes from a good heart. They love their
absolute,
kid. They want,
absolute,
yeah.
absolute. And I said that to say this: it's the simple fact that when you put your kid with someone that done paid the price,
Mhm.
with someone that have been to an elite level, to get the understanding, and the wisdom of the game. And I had the opportunity to just tell parents, and I had like 2 meetings before the season, and I had to tell parents at the end of the day, if you don't want me to come to your job and tell you how to do your job, don't come to my job to tell me how to do my job.
Oh.
Because, not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, man, not trying to be sassy or anything, but at the end of the day, you sign your kid up to play for me. I am the head coach. I am the one that have the experience. I am the one gonna pour out, and I'm gonna give it all that I got to give to your kid, so that, for one, your kid can do well, on my team when I was
Mhm.
coaching.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, for me, I always told kids and I told parents, it wasn't about winning and losing with me.
Mhm.
Watch this. It wasn't about winning and losing with me. It's about how you won and how you lose and how you took it. Because watch this. If you take winning, you're gonna do everything you can do to win. Once you get the opportunity to be able to take losing and you become a loser, then all of a sudden now losing ain't no big deal.
Mhm.
And you have a lot of parents, okay, baby, it's all right. No, we just lost.
It's
We
not
just
okay.
lost.
Mm-mm.
It's not okay. Because if you continue to keep saying it's okay, yeah, you lost and you're going to get the next one. At the end of the day, just tell them, okay, we're going to move past that loss
Mhm.
and get the winning taste back in our
Mhm.
mouth,
Be
so that
hungry.
we can get back hungry about winning, because at a young age, confidence is the key.
Mhm.
And now kids can have confidence in losing, and they can have confidence in winning.
Mhm.
My thing is to instill and to pour into them about what winning is. Because if you can win and continue to win, that will get in your spirit. You'll run the extra lap. You'll run the extra sprint. You'll take the you'll do the extra pitching instructional, man. You'll be there, early and on time and leave late. Once winning get in your spirit. And like I say, even for myself, when I can pick it back on my experience, I was a winner. When you go back and look at the credentials, man, and at the effort that I made as far as winning, I broke the record for wins, career wins, in Mississippi. 3 years later, another guy broke my record, but I broke the record for career strikeout. I don't think nobody. I think the last time anyone came close to my record as far as career strikeouts, which my career strikeouts in Mississippi was 800. It's 856 strikeouts, and I think the closest someone that was with me came to me was like 500 and something. Also, being the national second in the nation in strikeouts, which they started the national records in the ninth grade to the 12th grade, which I started pitching in the eighth grade. And that's why 732 is the second in the nation, and that's the record that I hold.
You still
Being
hold
second, and I still hold that. I am fifth in the nation in career wins. In the nation as far as in career wins. But like I say, it was just the hungry, it was just the thirst, it just was the ambition. I mean, let's win. Let's win. And me as a leader, that's what I took. I took the winning attitude. And watch this right here. That even take place in life.
Yes, it does.
On regular jobs. Also going to school, going to college. Even when you're at home and mom say, clean up the house, wash the dishes, mow the lawn. And then if you got the right attitude to do the best that you can do and go in as a winner, understand what I'm saying? It makes a difference. And this is what I do when kids have the opportunity. And once I get this Mississippi exclusive pitching academy up and running.
Okay. So if parents are interested in having their kids coach, how would they get in touch with you? And how would they find out more?
To get in touch with me, this is what we're doing with Sharon and I. This is what we're doing. We're trying to get this information out through social media. We'll get it out, even through Facebook. What I end up doing, and my fiance and Shannon and I will set up an account with nothing but baseball stuff, nothing talking about, Ronnie Richardson, Mississippi Exclusive Pitching Academy, so that you will have the opportunity to get this information out front on what's going on. Like I say,
there will be a Facebook page where people can reach out and tell you they're interested.
yes.
So are you going to take every kid that applies?
Absolutely.
How are you going to determine if they're the kids that how are you going to determine if they're the kids you keep?
Well, at the end of the day, like I say, it will be a fee. Right now, I don't know what the charge is. Right now, if your kid want to come to camp and you can pay the fee at the end of the day, and I'm gonna try to make this fee be more convenient to everyone, not just one race or anything. It's gonna be for everyone because I'm here for everyone. And to answer her question, at the end of the day, we never know what your kid can do. Up under my tutoring, up under my Phyllis on to where it is that I'm teaching. You can bring your kid one time, or you can bring your kid 100 times. It doesn't make no difference. So at the end of the day, I think the more that I have the opportunity to go one-on-one with your kid, we can make something happen.
So if a kid in today's world, wants to play baseball in high school and wants to be competitive, just to get on the high school team, can they just make it by just playing league ball and middle school ball and playing summer league and just go pitch in a game?
Good question. Big question because now, to answer her question, you may feel again the way you feel about your kid. Uh, uh, if Shannon is the coach or I'm the coach, at the end of the day, we know what we're looking for. Because at the end of the day, be honest. At the end of the day, if you're coaching, and any coach will tell you that you got to win to keep your job.
Mm-hmm.
And especially once you get to an elite level to where people begin to start compensating you or paying you,
Mm-hmm.
you got to get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get the job done with the players that I can take and go play the game at a high level that is able to perform, that is able to be able to get the job done at that time. So that's why I say, going to these academies, being able to get your kid prepared on what's going on, because this is not once you start going to academies, once you start going to these teams, it's not a time of trying out. You got to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
And in the time that you're going to be able to perform, you got to be at your A game. You got to be at the elite level. So that's why, baseball camps, that's why, pitching academies, that's why that one-on-one performance, being able to go out. This is what it's all about. This is why I'm talking now. This is why I'm here on this podcast interview with Shannon. I'm just giving you heads up on what's going on, and this is what I do.
So investing in your kids' athletic future means more than just playing summer baseball.
It does. It means a whole lot because I can even put input in this right here. And if parents have been around and they have been with their kid, it's more than just park ball. It's more than just park ball.
It's more than just travel ball.
They got traveling ball now, and they got different classes in travel ball. And
But not everybody can afford to put their kid on a travel ball
they
team.
can't. They
Or
can't.
they don't have the schedule.
Exactly. And then the kids don't have the skill.
And you pretty much better quit your job if you're going to put your kid on a travel team.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to be gone all the time.
You're going to be gone all the time. And
They better be an only child too.
Absolutely. And I could, and that's what I'm saying, parents. Get your mind made up. Get your money stacked up. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna cost. It's gonna cost to invest in your kids. But watch this right here. It'll pay off later when you invest in your kids, when they make it to college or when they make it to the professional level. And I'm gonna be honest, because I'm a fair guy.
Or if they don't.
If they don't, you know what I'm saying? So
because they've learned work ethic and they've learned how to work with others.
Absolutely. And I'm an honest guy, and I'm fair. At the end of the day, I can't promise you that your kid gonna make it to the next level. I can't promise you that your kid gonna sign a professional contract or even a scholarship. I can't promise you that. But guess what? What I can promise you, I will give it all that I got to give your kid the opportunity to forego this situation.
Yeah, I always tell kids, you're one injury away from never playing your sport again. So you better have a good backup plan.
That's right.
And the best backup plan is your education and to be a coachable person. Because being coachable means you're coachable in a job, you're coachable in school. When baseball's over, you have to have a life. So I want to thank you for coming on my show.
Thank you for the opportunity.
As soon as there's a link, and when we'll put a Facebook link in the show notes, and when the website's built, we'll add that in.
Okay.
And I want to thank people for coming on the Tom Bigby Tales. And until next time, I'm your host, Shannon Evans, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Bye-bye.